What is up, guys? Today is actually a special episode. We're going to be comparing Sims 4 and Sims 3 skills today. I am quite excited to be doing this for you guys. So what we're going to be looking at is what the skills are like for Sims 4. We're then going to be looking at what the skills were like for Sims 3, kind of talk about some sweet spots in there, and go from there. So just to get started, Sims 4 actually had, on the base game, it has 20 base game skills for adults, 5 skills for toddlers, being social, movement, thinking, imagination, and potty, and then 4 skills for child, being motor, social, mental, and creativity. In total, on just the base game, there are 29 skills for the Sims 4. As you see, there is countless skills. We have a lot of skills for Sims 4. When it comes to expansion packs, they added an additional 20 skills. This does include some of these smaller skills such as bowling and vampire, which is actually a 15 skill level skill. Very interesting vampire skill because it's one of the first skills ever to break 10. It's a really cool skill, but it has 15 skills, 15 levels there. And then in total, 20 skills with the expansion, altogether being 49 skills. So the big differentiator with Sims 4 into Sims 3, Sims 4 actually connected the emotions to a skill. So for example, if you're angry, you can go fight and box and work out angrily. It gives you additional bonuses and you get these additional skill points and your skill goes up quicker. The other thing that comes with Sims 4 that is a lot of the skills kind of develop a lot quicker and also unlock additional upgrades, such as writing. For example, you can write different genres of books. Painting, you can paint different paints. And then they're related back to the lifetime wish here, where we have a lot of different lifetime aspirations, and they're connected to these skills, such as creativity, Lord of the Knit, you got the knitting skill, author, you got the author skill, of course, the writing skill, painting, paint, and then you unlock things such as these traits that come with these lifetime wishes. When it comes to Sims 4, the skills are sort of basic in that sense, where it's just about maxing out the skill. There's no requirements to max those skills out. If you want to max out charisma, for example, you don't need a certain amount of friends. When it comes to Sims 3, that is different. So that's pretty much skills in Sims 4. 49 skills in total. The big difference between Sims 4 and Sims 3 is the way emotions tie into skills. If you watch the initial Sims 4 trailers, they actually showed that off, was that emotions tied into these skills, if you guys recall that. Let's go look at Sims 3 here, and let's see what the Sims 3 was like, because Sims 3 is a lot different than 4 when it came to skills. So Sims 3, for example, had 12 base game skills, so in comparison to 29 in Sims 4, 16 expansion pack skills. The depth of skills was completely different, and there's a skills journal. So what does that all mean to you? So when it came to these skills journals, they were amazing. I'm a huge fan of 3, so I'm a little biased here, but there was these additional attributes that came with skills. If you guys ever played 3, I had these skill journals, if you guys recall it, which gave you additional things to kind of level up in. So, for example, if you were a writer, you could get speed writer. If you've built up and earned 30,000 simoleons royalties, you wrote books faster. Or the prolific writer, where you tend to write more masterpieces, more bestsellers. A specialist writer, which was one of my favorite parts about it, is that if you wrote children's books, for example, your children's books would just be overall better. Or if you were a nonfiction writer or a fantasy writer and you were just creating these genres, you could create these in-depth stories with Sims 3 when it came to that. And then you could specialize. Once again, every skill had this. They at least had 3 ways to specialize. That being said, they only had 28 skills in total to 49, but the depth of each skill was a lot more detailed. The other thing that they did not have in 3, though, is that they did not have the ability to connect emotions. Because at the time, emotions weren't a part of it. You were either happy or sad. You just had this mood meter where your mood would just go all the way up and come all the way down based on the traits and the aspirations you've been accomplishing. So you would accept these little traits here, and as you accomplish those, your meter would fly around a lot more. It really made it. Why is this kid crying? Get on my shot. So what would happen, yeah, I'm just gonna send the kid in the back. What would happen is you would unlock these skills and kind of build those up. Once again, they tied into these lifetime wishes. It's not like aspirations in Sims 4 that are temporary. The aspirations were a lot more detailed, so a lot less detailed, I mean. It would not be these multi-tier lifetime wishes. Multi-tier aspirations would just be these single lifetime wishes. For example, her lifetime wish is to become a professional guitarist. Just maxing charisma and guitar. Made a lot easier, a lot more simplistic. But you can't change it either. Once you have it, the only way to change it is by buying one of those items. So that is, those are kind of the difference in skills there. A few of the other things that came with 4 was those emotions. And I kind of want to show those off real quick. So let's head back over into 4 here, and I can show you those emotions in 4. So if we got, for example, she's currently playful. If we did something that would require playfulness, like painting or playing certain games, let's get a painting easel out. You could then do like a playful painting, and you could also have these moods around that would allow you to do this type of stuff. Actually, I need to sell something. So if we did a playful painting, you also had these emotions that came with certain rooms and came with certain items. You can see it a lot when it comes to the career items, such as getting more focused or something along those lines. When you got more focused, you got happier. You could build up these rooms that would then create these positive traits. So that is that's everything I wanted to show off. It had a lot of different aspects. Kind of a wrap up here. When we look at Sims 4, for example, Sims 4 had 49 skills. Sims 3 had those 28 different skills. The skill journal in Sims 3 was the really unique selling point. It really made the skills a lot more unique. You have these different aspects you could try and achieve. Sims 4, on the other hand, you had 49 skills, but it was tied to these emotions, which could impact the skills, the speed at which you gain skills, the way these rooms are developed, and the way you feel doing these skills, those types of things. My overall opinion, if you want it, I really preferred the Sims 3 skill system. Even though there were a lot less skills, almost half the amount of skills that were in 4, the Sims 3 skill systems had such depth when it came to the skill journal, and it also allowed you to tell more stories. It allowed you to be a fantasy writer. Painting, you could be really good at certain paintings. Working out, you can actually specialize in a certain workout, being a bodybuilder or a marathon runner, for example. And just for the working out one, marathon running, it would be the more you ran, after you ran so many miles, you could then run and get happier while doing that. So overall, I preferred the Sims 3 skill system. I think the Sims 4 skill system is good, and I love that they gave us so many. It really lets you tell these stories with it, having all these different ways to achieve, like research and debate that came with the university pack. You obviously had the parenthood, my favorite pack of all time, actually. And then you had robotics, rocket science, culture, which came with the jungle adventures pack. But overall, the depth of it is kind of lacking. You could just practice a skill and level it up. When it came to certain skills in Sims 3, like charisma, you had to have a certain amount of friends to level up and all that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I greatly do appreciate it. I'm looking at making more content like this, and I'd love to hear what you think and what systems you'd like me to review more. Well, I'm thinking about doing a video on Lifetime Wish, working, how jobs work in both games, because working tasks are a lot different game to game. I want to look at building. I actually want to do an in-depth review on pets because I'm not happy with pets in 4. The lifetime wish system, which was completely different. The 4 and 3, as I kind of mentioned earlier. And I also really want to look at traits. Traits were different too. There was a lot more traits in 3 than there are in 4. Anyways, guys, look down below, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all next episode. Thanks, guys.